Hey, welcome back, Next Level Crew, to another episode of What's Your Next. And today we're going to be diving into a super hot topic, and that is the best franchises to own for aspiring business owners. This follows on to one of our most recent episode, which are the different types of businesses that exist out there today. Today we're specifically looking at franchises.
Welcome to What's Your Next. This is the go-to podcast for aspiring business owners who want to get to the next level, escape the rat race, and give their middle finger to the corporate 9-to-5. If you want financial freedom, work-life balance, and the business of your dreams, you're in the right place. Dave and Stacy Riska, husband-wife franchising duo, openly share their successes, failures, and lessons learned in franchising, business ownership, and working with your spouse.
Stacy, when you talk about best franchises to own, what criteria should people be considering in choosing a franchise?
Right. The best franchises to own. Probably the most common question that we're asked all the time. The framework you want to use to find the best franchise for you is you want to be able to pick a business that's going to give you profitability with strong support, right? You want a business that you can make money in, but knowing that you have the proven system, the recipe, and the support, and franchises give you that. So you're going to get a strong business model and great brand reputation. That's some of the criteria you should use in determining the best franchise to own.
All right, so you talk about best franchises to own, and what you said makes sense. Can you give some examples of some of the best franchises to own in today's market?
Well, when we're looking at franchises to match our candidates to for the best franchises to own, there's a few categories that stand out. I would say children and education, I lump those together, are certainly a great franchise to own. And that's because for all the ones I'm mentioning, Dave and I like to recommend concepts that are more need-based versus want-based. Because when people need something, it doesn't matter the economic times, people will always spend money on it. So some of those categories are children and education. People always spend money on their kids, right? We know that ourselves. But also those four-legged children, right? Pets. Everybody has a dog today. And people spend more money, I've heard, on their pets than actually their two-legged children. So pets are a great franchise to consider to own. They're a hot category. Another one is home services. And I love this category because it's really everything from the roof below, but so much of it is need-based because it could be everything from cutting your lawn, your landscaping, to spraying for ticks, fleas, bugs outside of the home. But it could be the roof, the siding, the gutters, the plumbing, the heating, the electric, the redoing your kitchen or your bathroom or your floors. There is so many different subcategories in the home services space. And one more, which is tying into what we call the silver tsunami, senior care. 10,000 people are turning 65 every single day, and this trend will continue for the next 20 years. So there are many different types of businesses within the senior care space. So all of these are really what I would consider some of the best franchises to own.
Absolutely. Those are definitely some of the areas of franchising that are in very high demand right now. They're certainly not exclusive. There are other types of franchises in other industries that present really good opportunities as well. So those aren't exclusively the only places to look. So Stacy, someone going through our process, how to choose a franchise, and tell them help them figure out how to choose a franchise and why it's important to be open-minded about these different kinds of concepts.
Yeah, I think the best way I can explain this is through some examples of candidates that we've worked with. So candidates have come to us, they're open-minded to learning about and exploring the best franchises to own. And so Dave and I, we help them get clarity on their why. We're looking at their financial capability, their skills, their interests, ultimately their passion. So, for example, we worked with somebody who was really passionate about pets. They had 2 dogs. They knew that everybody around them had dogs, but they also saw an unmet need in the community that they could never get grooming for the dogs. They didn't really know if there was a franchise for this kind of concept. So they worked with us, and we were able to match them to a mobile grooming franchise concept. They just getting started in this. They can't wait. They're going to own and dominate their area. And had they not worked with us, they never would have even known that that was an option. They thought you had to take your pet into like one of these big box pet places to get your grooming done, where nobody really liked the result of it. They like the idea of going to the people in a mobile concept, so they are thrilled to start their new adventure.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a great concept, and we use that service, and it's so in demand that we have to schedule our dog 6 weeks out
Right?
just to get them to come groom our dog. All right, so Stacy, somebody who's just starting out looking at franchises, can you give them some advice on how to find the best franchise to own?
You want the best franchise to own. Well, the best advice that we can give you is start by working with us. There's never any cost to you to work with us. We're like a realtor. Or when you're looking to buy your dream home, you work with a realtor to find it. When you're looking to find your dream business, you work with us. We help you do the matchmaking. So as you're going through the process, we're going to help you through all the steps of the process. We have our own 9-step proprietary system called the Franchise Roadmap System that we guide you through. But in doing that, we're going to help you understand the franchise disclosure document, the FDD. And Dave has created 23 different videos on that topic, so you will get your education on the FDD. But we're going to help you understand the market trends. You know, is this business in a area that is growing, or is it maybe in decline? So looking at the market trends. Understanding the strengths of the franchisor, what tools, services, technology support are they going to provide? And also, we're going to help connect you to, if you need that outside expertise, we have funding partners. We have connections to lawyers, to accountants. Ultimately, we want you to do your due diligence so that you can make an informed decision.
Great. Absolutely. Great advice. And then, I guess last but not least, how could somebody know that the franchise they're looking at is a good franchise?
How do you know it's a good franchise? Well, as Dave has shared on previous episodes, the way that you know, I think longer term, is once you're in it, you know it's a good fit. For Dave and I, when we were going through the exploration phase of finding the perfect franchise, we didn't know what we didn't know. We ended up in a Hawaiian-themed coffee smoothie business, but we had never even known there was such a thing. So Dave, what would you say? How do you know it's a good franchise? How did we know this was a good one to get into?
Okay, so first off, there are good franchises and there are not so good franchises.
Yeah.
And one of the beautiful things about the franchise industry is that most franchises, well, all franchises are required to provide you with something called a FDD, a franchise disclosure document. And this document is super comprehensive. It covers soup to nuts from expenses all the way up to item 19 for most of them, which actually spell out how much money you can make. And that document is so critical to making a good business decision. And it's unique in that we covered the types of business ownership there were in the last couple episodes. And one of the things I love about franchises is that it's fully disclosed to you. This document is required to be provided to you by the FTC, and you get real life numbers of people that are already operating that business, that system, to see what your business might look like. Where else can you get that information so clearly disclosed to you? So we highly encourage you to look at a franchise if you're looking at business ownership.
Yeah. So when you're looking for the best franchises to own, look at the category, look for an opportunity where there's growth and opportunity, there's trending. And we mentioned some of them: children education, pets, home services, and senior care. Those are all booming industries. Look at the franchise itself. Do you believe that they're going to be able to give you the proven recipe? Do they have the support, the training, the tools, the technology? As Dave said, look at the FDD. Do your due diligence. You're also going to be able to talk to other franchisees. What was their experience like in getting the training and getting ramped up? Are they meeting their expectations and results in this franchise? So you can find the perfect franchise for you. There is one out there. Work with Dave and I to learn and explore and find out what you might match with, and you just might end up in the business of your dreams.
Absolutely. Thank you, Stacy. Great advice there. So I'm going to wrap this up. Again, if you like our content, like, subscribe, thumbs up, all those great things. And we will catch you soon on the next episode of What's Your Next?